Hello you, are you well? So this week it's a little build from a book that my daughter bought me for Christmas called Tales from the Loop. And I know I'm going to butcher the guy's name, I do apologise, but it's by Simon Stalenhag. And the images in there are fantastic. It's all about a dystopian future with robots and that sort of stuff. So I thought I'd make my own alternative Tales from the Loop. So you know what that means. Let's start scratching the build. So my idea for the build is just to make a quick and simple robot and then just distress it and break it down a little bit and make it look like it's been sat on the landscape for years, just left there just to rot and decay. So I'm going to use some banned Kinder Eggs in the USA, the band, not anywhere else. And this is from, well, it was originally a Christmas bauble, which I use for an old build. If somebody wants to go back through the back catalogue of my builds, you'll spot it straight away. I'm not going to tell you what it was. So I'm just going to use that as its body, and there we go. There we got the legs and the big belly. I'm going to use some more of these Kinder Eggs, but I want the lid bits, so I'm just going to chop these down just to make the shoulders, or the big Dallas style shoulder pads. Does anybody watching this remember Dallas? If not, Christ, I'm old. No robot build is ever complete if you're not using beads, and here I'm going to use some beads just to make as the forearms, not forearms, the top bit of the arms. Oh god, I might look, in my defense, this is early when I'm doing this voiceover, so just bear with me, brain's still not woken up. Now I'm showing you this way because I've been using a lot of styrene lately, but before I managed to get styrene, I used to use butter containers, and I'm just going to show you that you can still use butter containers, and I still do use butter containers. So what I'm doing is make sure it's washed, cut it apart, sand it down because this stuff is kind of got that glossy coating on it. Once you've sanded it down, it's easy to stick to anything you want, and I'm just going to cover this this second-hand Lego that isn't Lego, if you know what I mean. How do you say? Bootleg Lego. There we go. I'm just going to use them as the forearms for the robot's arms. A bit of armature wire just to gel everything together. And there's the arms. Quick and easy. Didn't bore you on that one because you've seen me do this a million times before. But that's the arms for the robot. These arms won't look as pretty at the end of the build, but hey ho. And then just getting some more wire, gonna stick that into there. Now these are little connectors that you will put over bare wire if you're making a bare wire connection, and then you use the heat from, say, a lighter, and it'll shrink wrap around the like tubing, plastic, metal or whatever, and form a seal. And started using these just to do this sort of stuff that you're seeing right now, and yeah, I kind of like it, and it's cheap. I got it off Amazon. It was under a tenner, so yeah, I highly advise. I'm not really an influencer, good grief, can't even influence my own life, let alone anybody else's. But if you're wanting to do this sort of stuff, then yeah, get some of this, and it is good and it's fun to use. Just be careful when you're using a naked flame, because we don't need any accidents or any houses burnt down. That was a free and impartial health and safety tip from Turin by Aaron. You're welcome. And speaking of little tips, if you're new here and you've not subscribed, think about subscribing, liking the video. It helps with the algorithm, and so yeah, if you subscribe, you'll see the rest of my builds, and there's quite a few now in the old back catalogue. That there's many scratch building videos on robots and spaceships. And to all my other subscribers, old and new, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're really helping the channel go forward. So, not content with how the robot looked, I decided to put a head on him and then some funny eyes, which I'll paint over so it's not going to look as bad as this. But they were, and then a top hat. Yeah, I don't know why, I just wanted a top hat on this robot. And then once all the arms are in place, I'm going to take it over and get primed, which will be just a rattle can of black primer. Oh yeah, the Tom Selleck moustache, or the Sam Elliott moustache. Had to have one of them. So there you go, it's all primed, and then I'm going to paint it, and didn't like how this paint was coming out, so I decided to keep painting until I came to the very, very boring colour of blue.